Hey everyone, welcome back to the Archangel 15. This is part 2. I'm guessing this is going to be the final part, but anyhow, this is part 2 of the fake town where I live in. Please, please, do not start here. Start with part 1 first, the previous one. There'd be no point to watch this without watching the first one. Cover a lot of pertinent, relevant information. I'm going to go through the rest of this list and then actually start going through geographically where these underground bunkers are and then bunker sites, and start giving some really detailed information. And like I said, for those of you who know me or know this area, the Chester County, Pennsylvania, where I'm at, this will be really interesting for you. For those of you who don't, you may need to get a map and maybe acquaint yourself with the area. Or I was going to get a map and start triangulating stuff. I was going to start taking videos, but it's so big and so massive and so huge, there would be no entertainment value to do that. I'd have to have an entire series, and I don't want to do that. Like I said, I'm going to streamline this as much as possible. So I mentioned that this whole show is going on way longer than expected. Like I said, this goes back to 2019 now. I believe that there's people that have been underground that long, if not way longer, and they're trapped. I believe that they can't come out. Like I said, their bodies aren't used to the gamma, and they immediately would start getting sick and having issues if they tried. And it was almost like God set this up this way for these evil people to build their own prisons and for them to go underground in disgrace of honor. And like I said, I guess nobody knows, like I said, where this will begin and end. But I almost don't believe it's possible to go underground. If you look at how heavy gamma radiation is, uranium and plutonium, it's it'll sink. It's way heavier than gold. And like I said, gold's very heavy. So I almost believe that you'd have to have I believe that there's only a handful of countries that have bunkers and the state of the art filtration systems and other things capable of withstanding very, very prolonged periods of time underground. They've done studies, and basically they know that after about 6 to 12 days of not seeing light and day, the dichotomy between light and day, the equidistant divide, that you start to go crazy. Other things would drive you crazy. Not having wind, not just being able to go outside and just breathe in the fresh air, thinking that people were constantly going to come and get you. You'd probably start to hear voices after a while. The people that you were in there with, you would start wanting to kill them and hate them. I can tell you that it would take me about 30 minutes of being under there, and I'd start making shanks ready to kill some Texas kids and some faggot Navy SEALs. Straight up. I wouldn't tolerate it. And like I said, they had a whole entire vault of girls that were destined for me, and they gave them to these fucking punks. And they made a huge mistake there. I have girls that wait for me in Russia, and I have given genetics to the Russians in 2017. There was an issue with this whole basically preconditions to my trips, and they try to send chaperones. And now that we're knee deep in war and Russia's a sworn enemy, like I said, I don't think that's gonna happen. The hedging was the problem. And if you actually look at the pictures of Bush and Putin together, look at Bush at the May Day parade. The May Day parade is a huge deal. It was like a show of Soviet force, and there's pictures of Bush at it before. I've been there before myself, and I couldn't even get access to the main part. Look at the pictures of Colin Powell and Putin together, two fart buddies. And I believe that Putin is a good guy. I believe that he ultimately is on my side, and I believe he's shaking a lot of the BS. Like I said, there's a lot of Russians and Chinese involved in this. And like I said, that was a huge problem. I had to work a full-time job. And like I said, anytime I would even bring up the Bush babies, it was a huge source of contention. And even in my own family. I'm not going to get into it. But the shit that I dealt with Trump, like I said, when he was flying high, you should have heard the bullshit that people like my aunt and other people would say about this fucking clown. Absolute just diarrhea of the mouth. The one that was the kicker, for everybody. Oh, Trump, he's a secular king from the Bible. Or something like that, one person said. He's going to destroy the cabal. And he's going to stop chemtrails. And, the ultimate was, there was, an issue with, the whole Black Lives Matter thing. Oh, and, they were, excited, thinking that there was going to, be martial law. It's going to be necessary for him to, it's going to be a good thing. Nobody that is an American would want that for this country whatsoever, or our democracy to be raped. Like I said, what they did at the Capitol was a complete disgrace. They should never have ever let it happen. Keep in mind, he was impeached before that, the whole Ukraine thing. I went to Ukraine in 2019, and they like attempted to overthrow prophecy there. And I like this whole thing is a coup to, like I said, like basically like there's like huge, massive races of blonde hair, blue-eyed Ukrainian girl clones. They're like sex puppets, sex dolls. They want to like overthrow woman, completely overthrow woman. Like, I almost believe that the people in my family work for the human cloning agenda. They try to like intentionally make women look bad, so that like it would basically like usher in the acceptance of like, oh, like sex puppets and sex dolls. This is in complete defiance of what God, Allah, whatever you want to call them, would ever want. Like I said, I truly believe in the power and role of a strong woman as the backbone of a strong family. Like I said, and like I know for certain that like a strong woman is the answer. And like the whole polygamy shit, I don't go for whatsoever. And like these people are real big into the polygamy, and like it just goes to show how insecure they are that they have to hedge. Oh, we got to marry, And where they went wrong a lot with Barron, they had him screwing black girls, and like I can tell you, if there's anybody that can rapture anything, that you can't have had your dick in a black chick. Like, it's like fucking an animal. Like, I don't want to be like too vivid or like graphic, but it's just the truth. And like, he tried to hedge. Let's try to appease everybody under the sun, the Indian people, the Muslim people, the Chinese, the Russians, and they went inherently wrong. This autistic turd. And so like they've tried to run me out of this area several times, and like I have the ability to, like I said, control the ionosphere. I can print pure O2, oxygen. Like anybody, you can come and ask my neighbors; they will tell you. Like, it's not even a joke. And ask people in the area. Like, I can do it. There's like people around me that need to be removed first, and like 6 things that need to happen. And like at that point, like I said, if it happens, I'm going to take my money and I'm going to get on a plane to China, and I'm going to go joining up with the Chinese military. But like, please watch, like I said, my I Am the Grail series. It's like an 8-part video series if you're interested in this, what I'm saying. But like what they wanted to do, like the years that like Trump was in, they drugged me like really hard. Like, I used to go to bed at night like terrified that I wasn't going to wake up, or I was going to wake up a zombie. And it ties into like what they do with the MK Ultra mind control shootings. They'll take somebody and like they'll basically try to convince you that you're either going to go into a mental home or you're going to end up like a zombie. And like that's what, like, and you guys might as well go shoot people or something like that, and kill yourself. And like, this is how they did this with these mind control. Like, they tried to drive me to madness. They would try to drive you to madness. They'll like put chips inside you, hit you with heavy doses of electronic warfare devices, other things as well. I've covered a lot of stuff about the electronic warfare and other things. But like, in my opinion, these people should have not put so much time and effort into stealing little kids, and put more effort into evolving the hypersonic weapons capable to compete on an equivocal stage with the Russians and the Chinese. They do not have the hypersonic capabilities whatsoever. Like, they will get lit up every single time. They don't even have the missile defense systems. They're sitting duck on this little turd of a country we call America. And like I said, I've talked about the work of Ted Gunderson and the Finders. He tried bringing this information to Congress and the Department of Justice innumerable times. This guy he led the FBI field office, had thousands and thousands of agents under him. Ted Gunderson, amazing man. Please go on YouTube and watch his videos. Like, one of the best and of all time. And it would get shot down every single time under national security. Like I said, because they had these plans for the nuclear warfare. And like I said, they were like, and it was like deeper than that. They were like selling these little kids at auctions and like involving them in satanic cults and rituals. I believe that people in my own family are involved with this. And like people my mom is like married to now, and like other things. They were like part of these pedophilia, like child, like stealing kids, the Finders. And like these people would probably laugh about it, like, like, yeah, we did that. Like they don't understand like the brevity of the situation here. And okay, so I have a whole other presentation called the Amish conspiracy. Then like mixed in here in my little fake town, you have the Amish people. And like I said, these people, these straw hat wearing motherfuckers riding their horses, they act like they're like the most holier than thou people on the face of the earth. And like they're really like wolves in sheep's clothing. And like, you're better off being a crack dealer or drug dealer on the street than being somebody who professes the word of God and acts like your shit doesn't stink. Like I said, like you will get cast way, like God will like just hit you way harder in the end. And these people just like, they just have this arrogance to them that nobody really likes them. Like I hope the Chinese come here and fucking butcher the Amish people. Like butcher them. Like I used to love them, like certain things about them. They're basically the Lockheed Martin Corporation and the Swiss banking cartels and some German Jews and the Dutch. Like basically, like to be really honest with you, that's who the Amish are. And they have like higher technology than you would think. And they were like basically made to look like this whole little sleepy town. And we're good innocent people. They're deeply involved in the pedophilia, the human trafficking, deeply involved in, like I said, like preparing for nuclear warfare. Probably have like cows underground and other kinds of other stuff. And their goal. They hope that this whole thing goes to nuclear wasteland, and that they can like come out with some like de facto area and it's really, really bad. And the truth is, the Amish people are really strong. Like when it's all said and done, they'll be, like I said, living probably longer than a lot of other people. Like it'll probably be just me and them. And there's good ones and there's bad ones. There's like old order Amish and new order Amish. And like to be old order Amish, your daddy had to be a farmer. But I have a separate presentation on Amish conspiracy. Please watch that. Understand, like I said, that like I said before, nuclear warfare is not a game of Little League Baseball where everybody shakes hands at the end and eats ice cream. Like I said, there are consequences to the actions of doing such, like to launching, detonating nuclear devices on other people's land. Like I said, they will come back and they will kill you and your kids and hunt you till death and butcher you with machetes when it's all said and done. On some China is my sword. And so, like I said, there's a lot of these other countries are underground, completely underground. Like so, fire away at them. The gamma radiation is just going to come around in the ionosphere. It goes up miles, 15, 20 miles in the ionosphere, and it's going to come and rain down on you and your kids. Like, I really believe where I'm at here is like we're like the last stand, and a lot of it's because of my ability to control the ionosphere. And I could even print pure O2 and make it better, but they have me like people need to be removed first. Like I said, I mentioned, like I said, the Italian greasy nigger, Guinea nigger, CIA. Pedophiles, a lot of the problem. Bilderbergs, a lot of the problem. Illuminati thugs, there's like 6 branches of the Bavarian Illuminati, a lot of the problem. Limp Dick Freemasons, among various others. Underground, these people are probably at civil war. The Gateses, the Bushes, Hershey's, DuPonts, innumerable other people. Like I said, like I have like a form of omnipresence, I guess you could say, for lack of better words. And like this has been completely brushed under the rug by these evil beings. Like I hope to be able to take my world stage. This omnipresence is of the most value in the bunkers. Like whoever gets this will control the world. Like because like the future generations, like I said, like they know that like even if you could live underground infinitely, after you go 1 or 2 generations of kids that have never even seen the light of day, let alone played in a grass field, like I said, you would have serious issues. Like it had to have been timed just right to where like a certain generation was going to be the progenitors of this. But like I said, I have tanks in Russia for the work I've done, and in China, I have imperial suites with tanks full of king crab legs and virgins that stretch on, pristine gem mint virgins that stretch on for miles. And people would fight for me to deflower their girls. Like that's like in this country they keep me in celibacy. They're evil motherfuckers here, evil German Jews. And like basically there's like 6 people that think that they have the right to my existence. They literally think that they own me. And like I said, my mother is a victim ultimately, and it's really bad. My entire life has been a lie. My entire family is involved in this, and it's a very bad situation for my mother and I. She's stuck in the middle between a rock and a hard place. Hopefully my stepfather will die or commit suicide soon. Nobody likes him. Like I said, or his fucking trash family. And other people in my family, hopefully, like I said, will be offed very soon. There's probably these people could probably never go anywhere in the world. They would be killed instantly. And if I wasn't of so much value for my abilities to control the ionosphere, my genetics, other things, they would have killed me probably by now. There must be some kind of rule to this game, like rules of engagement, to where they can't just kill me. Like it's like everything bases around this concept of free will. I can't emphasize enough how important the concept of free will is in this. And Like I just want to say that, like, in the name of honor, you, like, the people behind this, please facilitate my transfer out of here. And like, I pledge allegiance to the red flag. I will never pledge allegiance to the United States, or, like I said, the evil Zionist cartels that you have here. I pledge allegiance to the red flag. And again, thankfully, I gave the Russians genetics. There was an issue with the reciprocal nature of these coups. There's two major coups. I'm going to break it down. I've talked about this innumerable times. Two huge coups that work against me. One is the fake genetics coup, which, like, all my neighbors are involved in. They're all screwing clones in the background. They all have kids, and like that, they have skin in the game to work against me. They think that I'm going to die and they're going to take over something that they're not. And like, I pray these people get butchered. I've shown with my sky formations. Like I said, I have so many other abilities. Like nothing short of pure magic. Absolutely just amazing abilities. And I have a lot more power than these people want to admit, to be honest with you. Life is an open book, and it's my book. Michael in the Bible, Michael the Archangel, holds the book of life. You can look it up. It's in the book. I'm calling for public executions, and like I said, the real problem here is nihilism. It's not even Satanism. It's nihilism. And it's like, even in like the NASA bunkers where they push nihilism and all these other bunkers, why do you have my stolen kids then? Like I said, like, answer me this. Because you obviously know there's some value there, and it's easier for you just to act like you're, like I said, there's nothing of value when you know that there is. And just remember this. From nothing comes nothing. And if you want to stand in front of the long train running China and root China, be prepared to get smashed. If you want to dare step in front of an empire that stretches on thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years, a little country that's been here 270, be prepared to get your ass handed to you. Yes. The theocracy of America is all but over. The beautiful story of our foundry and, like I said, our divine inspiration, it did not have to come to this. It was a group of evil, greedy people. And there's certain people, like I said, that like are big players in this. The Walton family is a real big one. There's this Nazi bitch, Miss Walton. She worked at the school, and like she acts like she lives in a little shitty house up in the street in Parksburg. But like she, like, in my opinion, is tied to the Walmart Walton family, and she's one of the evil people involved in this. She's a Nazi communist, and they want to like overthrow the will of God. And like I said, they have huge colonies of the Nazi pedophilia, Ukrainian Russian girls that are used sodomy puppets. And they want to overthrow the role of a woman, the dignified role of a woman in the family unit, and basically overthrow God's plan for humanity. And they will, like I said, like they have to obviously realize at this point that they're set up. Like I said, that they're going against the grain. Like I said, please look up Ted Gunderson if you do not know. I'm going to start getting ready to back this down and go into the next part, which is going to be, like I said, about the specific areas. But I had a girlfriend for several years named Amanda Nicole Dollar. We weren't, like I said, I had been separated from her for quite some time. But I actually had called the FBI, and like I said, 2.5, 3 years ago now. And like basically like started telling them like, she was involved in the stealing of genetics. And like it was like Joe Biden was buying the genetics. Some greasy Italian thugs from Kennett Square, wannabe mobsters were buying them. The DuPont family was buying them. The Pennsylvania State Police were involved in this. And here's a picture of her. Amazing girl. She really was unlike any other. And like we would have been together, we would have gotten married, we would have been happy, and America would have been a beautiful place. There was a small group of people that wanted to push me with these 6 stupid bitches, these evil, dumb German bitches, and they had to fuck up our relationship, and they did. And like I said, like they got in the way. And like she is ever present. Like as far as the cloud formations goes, she's not happy. She's I know for a fact that like she's on the other side, and like she's responsible for a lot of this weather phenomenon and other things. But these people are, like I said, they have no issue whatsoever killing people or anything else. There's a huge list of body bags. And like I said, she worked at a nursing home, and like a lot of these people involved in this underground build, like they have special nursing homes. And like I said, they will kill like anybody who knows about the underground bunkers and stuff. They're like people who work for the government, top secret clearance people. They'll kill you off very early. Like they will poison your food, give you Alzheimer's, and they will send you to special nursing homes to make sure you do not talk to your kids or anybody else about what you know. They will silence you. Like, God, that's America for you. Great old America. And please watch this presentation I recently just did. The Worst Generation Amended. Like I break it down. Like I said, for those of you who think that, you know, your granddaddy was so good and great and World War II generation, you know, Americana, apple pie, and baseball, just please watch that. And like, I'll beat you on any argument. You can't come at me on anything. I'm right. And like I said, please watch the Amish conspiracy video, how they were involved in this. And there's like I said, they had to kill off a whole entire generation of white middle class kids, and they brought in a lot of Indian people. Trump had this weird fascination with Indian people. He thought that they were like aliens, and they are in a sense compared to us. But Tibet and Nepal and the Chinese and the Imperial Chinese were really the ones that were of value. And like I said, he had this casino, the Taj Mahal, and he brought in these dirty, nasty Indian people. And like I said, they're like his little henchmen. And luckily they don't have guns. And I hope that they get butchered and sent to FEMA camps. These people are all Nazis. Like I said, it's like a Nazi agenda behind the scenes. And they tried to run me out of here to Perryville, Maryland, and they continue to do it again. This area is of immense value. Like immense value. And like I said, they know, and this is why they didn't want me here. They wanted to have it for their clones. They wanted to like push me out and then like give little Dick Barron, like I said, a stolen kid, one of the many stolen kids, like this whole area, and like, God's going to think that it's him and overtake everything. Like, no, that's not how it works. There's certain rules to this. There's called canonical value to the Bible. Like all my sister's friends were involved in this. There's like one little hill up the street where they all lived. And I mentioned, like I said, I tried contacting the Pennsylvania State Police. And like I said, because of them, I will make sure there's no happy ending here. Like I said, they're all involved in it. You want to create a coup? Well, I got coups for you, baby. It's all fun and games until the Chinese show up. And like I said, you get dispatched to the Philly Stadium. And, take this tablet. You people will never, ever get me. And like, have you not stolen enough from me? Have you not raped, the sanctity of my life? Can you please have some respect and transfer me to Russia and China in the name of Christ? And like, from what I've gathered, this place is going to get detonated. Like, eventually when I do get out of here, like, they've done enough evil in other places around the world where like there's going to be they're going to detonate. They're going to light this motherfucker up like the 4th of July. They're going to have these people here underground forever and a day. Like, not if, but when. Fire away. I'm going to start here. Okay, like I said, I'm going to, like, there's certain, like, this one area, like, I could not possibly show you the video of all these areas. I was going to do that, and I can't. Like I said, I'm probably going to end this presentation here, and then, like, pick up talking about where these areas are. Like I said, like, it's too much. I did not want this to be over 2 parts, but unfortunately, it looks like that's how it's going to be. I'm going to finish up here, and then I'll start with that. So, once you go underground, like I mentioned before, the 2 coups. One coup is the fake money coup, and the other is the fake genetics coup. 2 active coups. Like Vanguard Corporation, I can tell you right now, the S&P 500 companies do not need or do not want your money for investment. They can borrow money for next to nothing. They have product lines and research and development planned out 10, 20, 30 years in advance. You're buying into a system of evil. You're selling your soul to Satan. Like I said, it's an evil system where the future generations, like I said, where you have an exceedingly unfair advantage and other people before you had an exceedingly unfair advantage over you. They knew that this was going to perpetuate income inequality and like class warfare and communism in its true form, unlike what you try to say about Russia and China. And like I said, I am not a communist. I am an egalitarian. And they hate people even saying this word. Like I said, and like when it's all said and done, the people with the guns, they know who they need to go after. Like I said, follow the money and the lies, to the lies, always, like Ted Gunderson would say. My ultimate goal, and like I said, I want to say, like, when I start giving these places up, I can't tell you how many other places I've remote viewed through alchemy and other things and given to the Russians and Chinese. Like, this is a small little area, but it's a very vital one. A very vital one. And, but once you go underground, you're owned. They feed you poison food. You know, you probably have to take a mark of whoever your captor is or whoever owns your bunker. You have to, like I said, abide by their rules, their curfew. Screw who they tell you to screw. Like I said, like there's a pecking order of who gets the girls first. And like I said, like, do you think they're gonna want you living 100 years under there? No, they're gonna, like I said, have a plan for you. And like I said, they will dispose of you so fast it's not even funny. And like I said, there's countries that like had a Holocaust their entire population. They're not happy. My ultimate goal is to team up with the Chinese military, Chinese Navy, and Russians. Already am with the Russians, but like and take like basically take every single island, fly a red flag, old hammer and sickle, or Chinese flag, whatever, it doesn't matter, and leave some people there so they don't refill in these areas and take over every single corner of the entire world. And we didn't have to build a thing. And anyhow, like I said, my cloud formations, like you can clearly see the proof of God, the existence of like the other side, other dimensions, and I brought some friends with me, and they don't have any problem killing any of you for me. And the matrices are starting to converge, and like I said, I have no problem with more detonations. And like I said, almost every single person in my life was part of this. Like I said, it's like really, really sad for me in the end. I'm going to stop here and start with part 3. And like I said, if you're still with me, please, like the next part is going to be by far like the most interesting of all. Thank you very much. See you part 3.